Hello and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews here on this 36-degree wet and windy Friday. You notice I'm wearing the Kyle Rittenhouse shooting gloves, mainly because, as you've seen in a lot of my older videos, when it's cold and raw out, 30, 35, 40 degrees, just these little latex gloves are enough to keep your hands warm when you're shooting out here. So what's today's video about? Remember that ChinaSports Norinco 7.62-39 ammo I got in a trade a few weeks back? I'm going to shoot this stuff, and I really have no idea if it's any good. I've had some people say that it's, even though it says non-corrosive, it's still mildly corrosive, so after I shoot my rifle I will be cleaning it with some soap and water to get any corrosivity out of there, take the whole thing down, clean the barrel out, clean out all the bolt and everything, and then put it back together. So, I showed you guys this stuff in a video before. I'll roll in some pictures right here. I believe this stuff is manufactured in 1991, and it seems to be fairly decent ammo. They're round nose, lead core, I don't even know what the weight is on these. 122 grain full metal jacket. So, let's see how these things shoot. And I intend to shoot all 100 rounds of this stuff today. So let's see if I have any malfunctions. I'm not really going for a lot of accuracy. I mean, it's an SKS. It's not that accurate anyway. It's good enough. It's like the Mosin Nagant of semi-automatics. This particular model, I believe I traced back to 1959 or 1961. This is actually a Chinese SKS, which is why I'm shooting ChinaSports ammo out of it. So let's see how we do with this Norinco ChinaSports ammo from 1991. I have some targets set up at 25 yards. I have a steel plate that I'm going to shoot at first, then a 11 by 18 silhouette, and I have some targets at 50 yards and a target at 100. Let's just have some fun. So for a closer look at this ammo, once again, this is the box. It says Norinco ChinaSports 7.62x39, 20 cartridges, Bird Prime, non-corrosive, steel case, lead core, and they're 122 grain full metal jacket. You probably won't be able to see it, but the head stamp, it says 71/91. The casing on these is a brown color, probably lacquer coated or painted. They are steel cased, but unlike, Wolf or Tolamo that has a gray case, this is actually brown, almost like the Brown Bear ammo is. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some more of this stuff. I wanted to switch it up so you can see what I'm shooting at. I have a steel target set up at 25 yards. I spun it around when I hit it because I haven't reinforced it to stop it from spinning yet. I have a silhouette at 25 yards, a silhouette at 50, and then that green one is out at 100 yards. And it is pretty difficult for me to see with my safety glasses on because they keep fogging up. But I don't trust this ammo enough to shoot it without safety glasses, so I'm going to keep these puppies on, even though I can barely see out of them. So I have the bayonet out. Again, this is my I think it's a 61 Chinese SKS, and it's in a Russian stock. It had a fiberglass jungle stock on it when I bought it, and I didn't particularly like it. So I ended up selling that, buying this stock. I think I broke even, or I made 20 bucks or something on the other one. So now the jungle stocks are really rare, so I gave somebody a good deal on it when I sold it. And the main reason I'm shooting this stuff instead of keeping it, and maybe I'll keep one box, I don't know. I just don't know if it is corrosive, and I'm trying not to keep a lot of corrosive ammo for my SKS and my 7.62 American ranch rifle, because I really don't want to ruin the bore in these. This one it's well used. I won't say it's worn out, but it's definitely well used. And I do want to preserve it as long as I can. If I go to the range, I don't necessarily want to clean the thing every time I shoot it, like extremely deep clean it. But with this ammo, you absolutely have to, because you really don't know if it's corrosive or not, even though it says non-corrosive. So let's try to do a little bit more accurate shooting here. Now someone may ask, why would I shoot a 70-year-old or nearly 70-year-old semi-automatic rifle chambered in a questionable caliber, although a lot of people say it's better than .223 or .556. But why would I want to shoot this thing over my AR or my Mini 14? And I'll tell you why. I like shooting all kinds of guns. I don't really care what it is. I want to try it at least once, unless I look at it and I think it's not safe to shoot. I like the old Russian technology. For some reason, I like comm block weapons from, the World War I, World War II, and beyond. And this being from 1961, these were released, I think, in the 40s before the AK-47. So I think these were released either in the early 40s or the late 30s. They didn't have a long service life in the Russian military, but they're used all over the world. China, all kinds of people still use these as parade rifles and other things. But they saw some time in Vietnam, and they were used in skirmishes after that. I like it for the historical fact. I like that it shoots 7.62-39. Right now I don't have an AK-47. I only have this, and I have my Ruger American in 7.62-39. So it's a historical gun, it's a fun gun, it's extremely reliable, it's fairly accurate for what it is, the ammo is still cheap, and it's just a cool piece of history to shoot. So yes, I have the Mini 14. I love shooting that. That's another one that, is it better than an AR-15? Some people think it is. A lot of people think it's not. But it's a fun gun to shoot, just like this. So it's fun, it's reliable, it's a piece of history. I want to shoot it. So let's go ahead and shut up and shoot. As Dustin Top Shot says. Top Shot Dustin. Rapid fire. Well, that's going to do it today for shooting the SKS with this ChinaSports 7.62x39 by Norinco. I will say I had one hang-up where it seemed like it might have been a light load. It didn't bring the bolt back enough to fully eject around and pick up the next one. So out of 100 rounds, I had one hiccup. Some people would say that's terrible, but it's 40-something years old, or yeah, 1991. So it's 30-something years old. Not too shabby for what it was. The gun did pretty well. Again, it's not the most reliable gun in the world. You can see there's some powder on the bayonet now from when I had it extended. But this thing, they used to be really cheap. I paid $500 for this thing about 3 years ago. Now these things go for about $1,000 in my state because it's not a banned gun. So it doesn't have magazines. Even though it shoots the same caliber as an AK-47, it doesn't have removable magazines. It can only hold 10 rounds in the chamber, so they don't care about this gun. So it's still band friendly. It shoots well. I didn't bring my stripper clips out today, but you can get 10-round stripper clips with this. It helps loading a lot faster. But honestly, like a revolver, single feeding this thing is kind of fun. So even though it takes time in between each one of your groups, it's still more fun to shoot than a single shot bolt action or something like that where you have to manually feed every single round, or in real banned states where you can't even remove the magazine or anything and you have to load it. Anyway, get out there and shoot, have some fun. God bless America, support your 2A rights, and that's going to do it for this video with this Norinco ChinaSports 7.62x39 ammo. Have a great day. This is my target from the SKS at 100 yards. That is most definitely a sideways bullet, as is that. So yeah, I'm actually, that one's sideways and that one looks like it went through sideways. So at 100 yards, that 122 grain was tumbling really badly. I'm glad I shot it all. That's definitely not an ammo I would ever want to bet my life on. So it's gone. A couple of them were high, which is typical. A couple of them were in the vital area. I was standing shooting at this target, so I wasn't really trying that hard, but to have 4 out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rounds, 4 of them go completely sideways through the target, and then I had one way down here that, might have been sideways, might have been straight, but not very happy with that ammo, so I'm glad I shot it up. I don't care to keep historical ammo if it's not accurate. I did keep a couple of the boxes just for nostalgia's sake, but there you go.